everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie. Welcome back to my channel. I decided to create a little journal and I fell in love with my porch prints, and the kit that I'm using is Farmhouse Cottage Journal Kit, and you can find that on their Etsy shop. And I decided that, I know in my last video I said I'd probably just be doing some project shares, but I kind of thought, well, it'd be kind of fun to take you along with me to create this journal. So off camera, what I have done is I have prepared my papers, printed, I've cut a lot of ephemera, and I've kind of put my signatures together. So I thought I would show you that first. And I'm using some of the papers, pages from the kit. I'm also using some coffee dyed paper, some tea dyed paper, and envelopes, music. So I'll just kind of go through and show you what I've done. So I have a digital here, which I have printed them double-sided. And then I have some tea dye paper, some coffee dye paper, another digital. I just love these. The photos, the pictures are just absolutely gorgeous. Some music that I'll turn into some pockets. More tea dye paper and a bag. I collect these from Chili's here in the United States. If you're watching this from another country, they put their silverware in them. So I save them to put in junk journals. So tea dye paper, and again, we'll just go back on the other side. More music. But look at these. Aren't they gorgeous? This kit is just absolutely stunning. I just love the little fox. Coffee, and here's the envelope. So you saw the flap on the other side, so I put a pretty good size envelope in here. My plan is to seal this up here and probably cover it, and then I have opened it here to make it easier to put something inside. So the envelope, and then the last of the digital. And I just love this. Look at how beautiful. Aren't they gorgeous? So that's the first signature. Second signature, basically the same thing, so I'll just flip through it. You can see the digitals. The coloring, the detail, just absolutely gorgeous. I fell in love with this, which is why I had to make this journal. Music, another bag, and more tea, the other digital. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Just beautiful. This paper here my sister makes for me. She's a Nana's Crafting Cottage. She's new out here on YouTube just like me as well. But she does this. She has these cookie sheets that make this cool design, and I love it. So I asked her to make them for me, and she does. And then here's the envelope again. Again, I open it on the side. And this is what I've put together so far as my signatures of how I kind of want them to be. But as you all know, we make changes as we go along. So as I go along, I may switch things around, or I may add additional papers in here to make more creativity in here. So for now, this is what I have that I've put together. I've got some lined paper in there too, which I thought I would add one in. And I am thinking of printing more of this. I did a double-sided, so it's like plain on one side, lined on the other. I may change and add some more of those into the other signatures as I go along. I'm really not sure. I'm just kind of winging it to see exactly what I want to do. So all the envelopes I've done the same way. So these are the signatures so far. Such a beautiful, beautiful kit. So today what I thought I would do is I wanted to add some more interest to the blank pages. So I've picked out some stencils that I want to use, and these are all Tim Holtz stencils. I've got this one. I just think it's really pretty with the flowers. It's gorgeous when you actually use the either distress ink on it or if you want to use a paste on it. I love this one too. I figured it was very vintage for this. And then of course this one, I don't have numbers on these. These are the smaller version. They came in a package of 3, but I know you can look for them on Amazon or eBay. I love this with the clocks. In my clock journal that I created, I used a lot of this, and I did use this one, coffee stain. And then I do have the number on this one, I think. Let's see. Nope, there is no number on it, but it's flowers like this. And I thought this would go really good in there too. So I thought I would just go through my journal pages, and on some of these blank ones where I've just used the tea dye, I want to add some more interest to it. So I have inked all the edges of these papers with a vintage photo, and I have used the Ranger Distress Oxide in vintage photo, and I thought it just went very well with the coloring of the journal itself. And so I wanted to continue in that aspect and put some interest on some of these pages. Now I have a lot of ephemera that I'll be putting into this, and so I thought I wanted to add something in the background first to just kind of give it some more interest, and then as I decorate more, I may be adding more. But to start with, I thought let's just add some of these stencils. So I'm just going to pick a few of these, and I'm just going to work on this first signature, and then I'll go ahead and continue on with the other signatures. But after I finish this, I want to go ahead and show you all the ephemera that I've cut out, and there's much more to this kit. But I want to use some of it. I probably won't use all of it. I want to incorporate some of the other designs that I would create myself, but at least I have a bunch of it ready to go. So let's see. Let's start with this one. And if you are new to junk journaling and you've never used Distress Oxide ink, or you've never done any of this, it's pretty simple to do. I'm just using a brush. It's like a makeup brush. And then I'm just going to rub it around on here to get the color on it, and then place where I want my stencil to be. And I don't want to make it to where it's like a line on either side. So I'm probably just going to stay in the center and just capture some of these, and then it just gives it a really good look. It's a fun look. So I'm going to try to put some at the top and at the bottom because I don't know where I'm putting anything yet. And I want to have opportunity to add to this, either stenciling or maybe some molding paste. I'm not sure yet. So I've got that. I like that. And I like the coloring. So you see it kind of goes together with the coloring in the kit. So I like that. So let's go on this page. Let's pick a different stencil. Let's go with these flowers. These are so beautiful, and when they are stenciled, they are just gorgeous. So let me go on this side this time. And again, I'm just going to stay in the center. I don't really want any lines. You can do things as you like, what you prefer. So this is what I like to do. And hopefully this just gives you ideas. I am no expert. I'm just having fun doing this. For me, my channel is just fun. It's just something that I can share of something that I love. So, you know, I'm just going to show you what I do, and then you can do whatever you would like to and what appeals to you. So this page I'm going to leave as is for right now because it does have a lot of interest on it. So let's go over, I'm going to leave the music alone for right now. Let's go over to this page and let's add a different stencil. I'm going to stay with basically these stencils that I'm using so it's cohesive within it, and then I will just spread them out and however I decide that I want them. Isn't that cool? I just love the look of it. So let's change and let's get something different here. Like that. Love it. And let's see. I think I want to try and do this one here. Try to make these different. Some of these pages I will not stencil. I do want to add some other interest to it, so I probably would do maybe a mixed media, may add a napkin to it, and do a mixed media kind of page, but I will figure that out as I go along, and I'll try and do additional videos to show you what I'm doing, where I'm at in the process, and then go from there. So I'm gonna skip this whole page front and back. I'm gonna leave that open. I think I want to leave this one open. Well, I don't want it to be the same, so I'll go ahead and stencil on this side. So let's see. Let's go with this guy again. This is very popular. I love this one because it just looks like coffee rings or splatters, and just gives a cool effect. So do that here and here. Very simple to do. Now with oxide, of course, you've seen from other people or you've done it yourself. You can splash it with some water and get some cool effects. And I may do that down the road. But for right now, I just want to get things stenciled, just to get something on here to give it some interest. And so that's all I'm really doing at this point. The other thing that I do want to do on here, which I will do off camera and then I could show you the next time, is I'm going to do some stitching on it. I know stitching really adds a lot of character. It adds a lot of texture and interest. And I just love the look of that. So let's see. We'll do one side of this one, and then I'm going to leave this signature as is for now. So let's do that, and a little bit here. I'm going to leave this side plain, and so I've got some interest. Let's take a look at what we've done. Interest on some of these pages, and I'll go ahead and do the others off camera. So I've got some interest here that just already has changed the journal just by adding this, just by adding these stencil pieces on here. Let's see. So when I was talking about stitching, so one of the things I want to do is stitch here top and bottom to create a pocket on these music sheets. The other thing I want to do is make some interest on some of the pages. So I really like when you fold it or tear it and then do some stitching on it. So before I actually put this into a cover or anything, that's something else that I do want to do. So we've got this page here. And here's where we left this alone. So I got a couple pages that I can just do some creativity on. Here we left alone. Got stencil here. Left this alone. Again, stitching I'll do here. I just love these beautiful pictures. The other thing I would like to do on this is these envelopes. Eventually, they will not look like this. I do want to do some collaging on here and have a creation that way so that it could add some interest into it. Also, some stitching on these envelopes I will do. So here's stencils here, and then that's the first signature. So I'll go back through and do the other two signatures. But for right now, let me just show you just the ephemera that I have cut out, and I still have another stack here, but I'll kind of give you some ideas of what I'm looking at doing. So we've got these beautiful postcards, and it gave me an idea yesterday when I was cutting these out that I want to take one of the pages and use all of these postcards to do a flip. So basically placing them like this. Let's see, underneath like this, so that they can flip up. You would flip them up and have the other one underneath. So that's what I think I'm going to make with these. There are several of these little booklets, and I would put inside either lined coffee dye paper or regular coffee dye paper, but I'm not sure how many of these I would use. But there are several of these, so here are 3. Then there is some tickets in here, which I'm sure I will use with some collaging, along with some other elements. I love using a lot of Tim Holtz, so I'll probably be using quite a bit of that in here, and the paper dolls. Now I have inked all of these up with the idea of using them, but I don't know at what point and how many I would use, but I have gone to all the work of inking them up. So it looks like we have a lot of pockets here. So let's go over that. So we've got these little envelopes. Now I have not sealed or glued any of these because I do want a stencil inside. So I've just inked out the edges, I folded, and that's what I've done on all of these. But you have these areas that show here, so I want to put some stenciling there. So you've got these pockets, and then we've got this coin pocket envelope, another small envelope, and then another one that folds like this, tucks in. You can add little things inside it if you want to. This one is like a set, so you would put this around it with this chicken on the front or the back, however you want it. Probably, I'm not sure. I'm not sure where I would put it if I use it, but there's this envelope. Here's another envelope. I think that's so pretty here. And then there is a whole bunch of just ephemera that you can just use in collaging or make pockets out of. So I'll just go through these. Some are smaller and some are larger, but they're just absolutely stunning. And again, I'm not sure how many of these I will use. I'm sure I'll use some for pockets, but I will figure that out as I move on in this journal. Lots and lots of ephemera. I didn't put this in the group of the first postcards because the coloring was off a little bit, and these all kind of matched, so I would use this somewhere else if I decide to use it. Oops. This, lots of these. And I'm sure if you go to their site and their YouTube site, my Porch Prints, you can see the flip through of all of the stuff that's in here. But I just thought I would print what I think I might use, cut out, and then go from there. Words, some little sentiments. And then they do have pockets with these library cards. More coin envelopes, mason jars, which I think are very cool. And here's another envelope. And then a lot of tags, lots of tags. So we've got these tags here, different sizes. These girls are just absolutely beautiful. We've got these, and these are cool. Again, I don't know how much I'll use of this because I do want to create some of my own items as well, but I'd probably be using some of this as pieces in collaging and cutting out pieces. I do like to cut out things and add to collages. So there's these. And quite a few tags. There is a kit, a journal kit, and then there is a add-on kit. Here's a couple more booklets. They give you quite a few. This is a frame that you can put a photo in or use one of the cards in here as a photo. So you would fold this, cut this out, and then you would make a little frame, and it's got some journaling on the back, depending on how you use it. If you use it in the journal, I'm not sure if I will be using it or not. Yesterday I was just playing around, and I cut out these lined pieces. These are on regular copy paper, actually 32-pound copy paper, and then this is all 65-pound cardstock. And I thought, what a cute idea to make a little booklet out of this. I tried putting this in the front, but then I don't know, there's just something I didn't care for, and I thought maybe this way, and then you have something to look at when you get to the back page. So anyway, these are things that I'm thinking of. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I did want to share this kit with you. This is what I'll be using some of, and again, I will be making some of my own stuff to go in this journal. One more thing that they have is this little bookmark, and you just fold this in half. So that's what I have cut. There's much more. There's a lot more pockets and things, but I figure for right now, because I don't know how large this is going to get, I don't want to make my cover until then, so I'm just going to continue on doing some stenciling, and then the next time I come back, I'll show you what I've done, and we'll pick another project to work on this journal. So I hope you like this video, and hopefully it'll be fun just to hang out with you guys and just share what I'm doing as we put this journal together. And I'll see you next time. So you guys all have a great day. Bye.